It's almost over for the summertime. I'll be home in a minute. She feed me good when it's supper time. Damn, I admit it. I'd rather be with you than to be with them. Wasting money, girl, ain't winning. You changed how I feel from the beginning. I'm tired of living life full of sitting on.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? My name is James Inniss, and I'm back again with another travel vlog. Thank you for stopping by. Like, comment, share, whatever. That's what you're supposed to do. This video is a video of my trip to Cartagena, Colombia. First, I'm gonna say tune in right after this little intro because the start to my Colombia trip was definitely one to speak about. Also, I'm going to apologize for the video being in portrait and not landscape, but y'all already know the deal with that. Lastly, I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Cartagena, Colombia, where I went, was an absolutely beautiful city, an absolutely beautiful country Colombia is. I love the fact that Cartagena was a slave port for Spain in South America back in the days, which makes Cartagena now a relatively black city in South America. So me as a black American, I loved the energy of being there. The young Afro-Colombian kids loved me as well. So it was a good vibe, and y'all just see it. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. No, I'm joking. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.
An update on a breaking news, the massive Con Ed explosion that caused confusion and even a little panic as it lit up the sky around New York City tonight. Con Ed now tells us it's trying to figure out what caused the blast. A transformer blew around 9:15 p.m. at a substation in Astoria. Giant flashes of light, as you can see, filled the sky. There was a ground stop at LaGuardia.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like from inside of LaGuardia when a transformer blows up in Astoria. Yeah, I was there. And this is what it looks like when the transformer's no longer blowing up. And that's in the same exact spot that I took the previous video in. And this is what it looks like when we have to evacuate the airport because a transformer blew up not too far away from the airport. Yes, it was a lot of fun. And this is what LaGuardia looks like after a transformer blows up and they let everybody back inside. So my flight wasn't actually delayed that much. It was supposed to leave at like 9:20 and we left at 10, so it's not that bad. But when that does happen, half the people on your flight decide they don't want to get on the flight anymore. So you get some space. All of this and nobody on the plane. Once again, I love these airports where you get to walk on the tarmac off the plane, right? Welcome to Colombia, everybody. I did get some shots of my Airbnb this time, so here's my... No, I'm lying. I actually stayed in a hotel when I was in Cartagena. This is actually New Year's, what I was out there for. And I don't know why. It was my first time in Colombia, so I felt the need to stay in a hotel. Oh, and after all of that happened in New York, Delta lost my bags. I also found some absolute bullshit weed, but whatever. I'm still in my flight clothes. Those are my flight shorts I had on that I slept in, but I went to the beach anyway. Because what else are you going to do when the airline loses your baggage? But you're in the beach in a beautiful country. They bring fish right out of the ocean to you. Got my speaker, People's History of the United States of America. Shout out to Howard Zinn. Every time I go somewhere, I feel like I love the place, and Cartagena was no exception. One thing I would say, Cartagena is a very black South American city. For me, as a black American man, I felt welcome in Cartagena. The old city of Cartagena also has a wall around it, which is really dope. I love old stuff, as you might have noticed, but an old protective wall to protect you from pirates. definitely the type of city I'm trying to hang out in. And because it has that wall, the streets are really narrow, so you get these really dope shots and this really cool aesthetic just being there. This is a church, I believe. Yep, because I went inside of it. Look, I actually went inside of a church and it didn't burst into flames. I know a lot of my Catholic high school teachers are disappointed right now. There was actually a mass going on, so I didn't walk through the whole church like I wanted to. I couldn't treat it like an architectural building. I had to treat it like a church. So I stood in the back, took a couple flips. And right outside of the church, there's a Botero. So there are Botero statues all over Cartagena, but there's one literally right outside of that church. I loved that shot. And I love these abuelas, as I was calling them, and they loved it. Yeah, I was styling out there a little bit. So this is me, the one and only time in my life that I've actually used a selfie stick. And I'm absolutely horrible at it. But I'm on top of the wall that I spoke about before. You see the ocean is on one side of me. On the other side, I'm on top kind of the buildings because I'm literally on the wall. And you can walk probably half of the wall. I believe this is a statue of Pope John Paul commemorating his visit there. I didn't take it so well. And this is me speaking to one of my indigenous brothers about the perils of hanging out with these missionaries and what they really want to do. This is nighttime in Cartagena, so I just took a couple shots. I forget the name of this bar, but as you can see, it's inside it. It's right next to the clock tower. The clock tower is like an icon in Cartagena, so this is on top. A bar that you can like watch the rooftop bar. So I actually went out in Cartagena. Well, I always go out when I go out, but I went to this specific party. And I'm highlighting it because it was mad fun. Mad fun. There was no tourists. It was like a real party for real people from Cartagena. It was also one of those places where they play the music video on TV while the song is playing, and I always think those places are hilarious, but I enjoyed it. This is my friend who brought me out with her friends, and it was, I don't know, it was just a great time. And party all night, drinks are cheap, and nobody's funny. And the dude on the flyer, obviously I don't know who these people are, but that was him. Showed up, and he performed, and everybody went crazy. It was fun. It was authentic. So the next day, I took a trip out to Tierra Bamba, which is a small island off of the coast of Cartagena. You take a little boat, as you can see, and you can still see the whole coast of Cartagena, the skyline, the buildings. It's beautiful. And this ended up being probably the most fun I had for different reasons. This is what it looks like on the poolside or beachside, excuse me. I was actually off in a cabana behind all of this. That's me in my cabana. I got to relax. I was there for like 5 hours. I'm not even gonna lie, maybe even more than that. And it was the most relaxing thing I may have ever done in my life. Yeah, and I fronted, took a couple pictures. After like 3 hours, I realized that it was like a whole island and there were people inside like chilling and stuff. And I saw mad hammocks. I've never been in a hammock in my life, so I deadass took a nap in the hammock. Woke up from my nap, walked around. It's a resort on the island, so that's exactly where I was at. So there are people actually staying there. And then I wake up and there's like activities, party, where I don't even know what you call this, but this is what's going down on the beach where I was at earlier. It was intense. I don't know what it was. I didn't take part, but I enjoyed watching the camaraderie. I was there by myself at that point. I went out to that island Dolo, so it was a great way to make friends. You know, they bring people in. And you hop the boat back to shore, like. And now it's New Year's night in Cartagena. And even though it was New Year's, it was still a huge cultural thing. There were hundreds of people around these people while they were dancing. It was a sight to behold. Excuse me. And now this, the people of Cartagena of Colombia, dressed in all white, with the white chairs and the white tables. They brought their own drinks, they brought their own food, they brought their own fireworks. I mean, this isn't Times Square when the ball drops. This is totally different. This is kind of anarchy, but I absolutely love it. And this is midnight. People weren't even out there until like 11 o'clock. It's not like people celebrated from 6 p.m. going into midnight. Nah, they started at like 11. And you'll see when we finish. But everybody was out. They had their own fireworks. The city obviously had fireworks over the day. But it was so much love. I don't like to use the term, oh, it was love, but it was so much just love. How many people were outside? No problems, beautiful weather, everybody drunk but having fun. This was my first New Year's outside of New York City, let alone the country, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I was blown away, and I haven't spent a New Year's in. When the fireworks were going off, I was actually outside of the wall, or outside of the clock tower area. Now I've made my way inside. And this is where it was fun. Because the people who were inside were partying, handing out drinks, handing out food. I mean, so much love. And absolutely beautiful. Like, this is December in Colombia right here. We're looking at everybody. Like, 3 a.m. I'm still up, wandering around. I'm not a big drinker, so it's a lot easier for me to be up on New Year's Day at 3 a.m., but whatever. And now this, on the wall, sun going down, New Year's Day, Cartagena, Colombia. Yo, real quick, before I end this video, I just wanted to shout out my Teamsters hat. Shout out to the Teamsters Union all over the country, all over the world. I just wanted to shout y'all out. Thank y'all.